All right, I'm here with Danny Gilmore, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies, making his debut in the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League. Danny, how you doing today?
Doing well. How you doing, Kamish?
Doing pretty good, doing well. So, as I'm sure you're well aware, you received the news. You've been picked number 4 this year in the 2019 Fantasy Football Draft. What do you think about that?
I'm pretty happy with that position. It puts me at the keeps me at the top tier for the running backs. After that, I think it's pretty significant to try and get a wide receiver. But there's definitely that top tier of probably 5 running backs that look really good. So that'll be kind of nice to take hold of. So I'll have to do a couple mock drafts to see exactly what the game plan will be, but definitely happy with being in that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, of course, being in the top 4, you get to pick one of the big 4 names. Anybody that follows fantasy football regularly, they know who those names are. Zeke, you have Alvin Kamara, C-Mac, and who is the other one? Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Well, it's changed quite a bit because, Bell's kind of hit and miss. I know.
Barkley, that's who it was. Saquon Barkley.
Barkley, yeah, Saquon. Yeah, so, there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of decisions we have to make to try and figure out what's going to happen with those guys because a lot of the positions that they're in now isn't going to be the same as it was last year. For instance, with Odell Beckham being gone in New York, Saquon's position is going to be a little different. You kind of assume that he'd be the stronger running back position, but if your only plan or your weapon is to just throw the running back in, then every team's going to stack the box. And the New York Giants offensive line isn't as strong as a lot of people think it is. It's not terrible. I mean, it's mid-tier, but it's not like a supreme position like Pittsburgh is. Where it's like, go ahead and stuff the box. We're going to put, jam the running back down your mouth, and you're going to just deal with it. Absolutely. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to kind of dissect in the next month or so, but I'll be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mean to stop you right there, but it sounds like you're giving away a little bit of your strategy. I'm not going to stop you. Hey, it helps me. I'm in the league. But you actually have a lot of experience as a league commissioner of 12 teams, multiple years running now. So you're no stranger to competition. You're no stranger to large quantity of competition, I guess you should say. So this league is no different. Last year it was 6 teams. We've moved up to 12. We doubled in size. We do have multiple former champions, myself, yourself included. We also have Tom, who Tom has 6 league championships under his belt. We have Lamar, who I don't know if you know about all that drama between Lamar.
5 of those championships were against me with Tom, right?
Oh, really? Yeah, and he told us on the draft.
Excuse me, it's 3, but yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if you had a chance to check out the Draft Powerball Lottery, but he did actually mention in the live comment section that his rookie year he actually beat you to win out the league.
Yeah, and that was my second time playing too, so it wasn't anything super special. I had 1 loss throughout the whole year, and then got the championship and lost to Tom. So,
oh wow!
But that
lost to a rookie.
8-time second place guy. So nowadays it's not really a strange thing for me, but it's
for sure.
Still means something.
So I mean, obviously we have a lot of good competition in the league. Is there anybody that you see being more competitive than anybody else? I mean, obviously Tom, he has 6 championships under his belt. But is there anybody you're particularly worried about this year?
Well, you know what? I'm not as worried about Tom this year as I think this would be his first time doing PPR, and he hasn't been. He's kind of had a playoff drought the last few years. So I think the more he's playing, the more competition, the more other people are figuring out the game better. So having just a little bit of information would go a long way when he was first playing for a while. But now it's starting to, I think, affect him. So I think he's going to have to start doing a little more homework and doing a little more catching up. But, it's hard to say because Tom and you are about the only people I know personally. Trying to get to know the BimBlahs a little more, but they're not answering my calls. So
I think you're referring to the Bellingham BimBlahSays. Is that correct?
BimBlahSays, correct.
Yeah, the BimBlahSays. So you guys have kind of had a thing. It seems like the Leather Daddies have been pursuing the BimBlahSays in courtship, so to speak.
Yes, it's been a one-way thing. Like I said, all my texts are unanswered. I always, whenever they come up on my Tinder, I super like them, and never,
Wow.
never comes back. So my inbox is empty. But
Which is weird to think about, because the BimBlahSays, as you know, the classiest hoes in all of fantasy football, are known for being completely shameless hoes. So I'm not sure why they're standing you up. Maybe we can get them reconnected with you later on in the season. But yeah, do you have any other thoughts in regards to the rest of the league?
Well, yeah, there's been. I saw a preview of like each of the players at the beginning of the year, so I'm having a hard time putting the faces to the names so far. Like I said, you and Tom and the BimBlahSays are the ones that I kind of know of. So I'm starting to kind of recognize some of these people the more we talk on the messenger group, like the Atlanta Aliens and a few other guys that are showing up here and there and talking. So
sure.
as the competition kind of heats up, I think the kind of the bullseyes will kind of start showing themselves a little bit once we start seeing the 2-1s and the 3-0s. Then we'll kind of see really who the competition is. But obviously, I think everyone right now is more concerned about their own lineups and their own draft positions because it's like the first the draft and everything up until the first couple of weeks is really about getting your own team set up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's your own competition against yourself. So I think once that starts happening, and then you can start, really going after your opponents.
Absolutely. And I mean, we do have a rookie this year, Josh Brown, team owner of the Chocolate Herd. Never played fantasy football before, but does have a lot of experience in sports as a former football player himself. He had a lot of trash talk to talk, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you saw that in the Draft Powerball Lottery, but he's coming. He's coming in strong. He's coming in hard. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Is there anybody that you see being kind of a rival this year? I don't know if you're aware of your position in which division that you're in. Let me see. I think you are in. I think you're actually in my division. Let me take a look at this real quick. Yeah. So you're in the Eastern Division with myself, Bethany, John Hawkins of the Bama Boat Snacks, who actually started out 0-6 last year, ended up in the number 4 seed in the playoffs, and Lamar Peoples.
Yeah. Boat Snacks is my first opponent, I believe. So right now, all my trash talking is mostly guided towards him. I assume, it's going to be mostly you and me going back and forth because you're in my league, I assume, if you're still doing it this time. So, yeah, so I believe that's where most of the smack talking will eventually be. But until then, it's going to be the Boat Snacks who I'm targeting.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and everything. We're looking forward to you making your debut in the No Pun Intended Fantasy Football League, and we will see you on the virtual gridiron, my friend.
Wonderful. See you at the draft.
All right. Take care.